Hi everyone, I'm Alex or AC Flips on YouTube, and I'm a full-time six-figure Amazon seller. And in today's video, I wanted to go through my full repricing strategy for selling on Amazon, how to set your mins, how to set your max price, and how to understand what you should be pricing your items at to make sure that they're capturing the buy box, one, but two, you wanna make sure you're not missing out on some profit on each listing. If this sounds interesting, definitely subscribe to the channel and let's get into the video. All right, so I use BeCool as my repricer. This is a pretty easy tool to use. You can easily set your min and max. You can update and create rules here. It's just really easy to use and easy to track your sales and your repricing. So the first thing you want to do, we go look at the listings tab and we want to reprice this top line listing here, okay? This is one of the listings that I have here. We're going to reprice each one. I'm going to show you what I'm putting in each column and then explaining, why I put that or the reasoning behind why I'm repricing this certain way. So right now I have a buy cost of $13.56 on this item. And the first thing you want to do, you probably did this analysis before you even purchased the product, but you're looking at the Keep a chart to understand, and then use some sort of profit calculator, understand at this buy price, right? The $28.60, that range, it's been at that price for a while. At that price, can we buy it profitably? And I think I did the math ahead of time that at a $13.56 buy price and a $28.60 listing price, we will make some profit on that. So, and then we can kind of note the lows and the highs here, and I'll get into that a little later. But for my listing price, I'm going to list at that $28.60 because that seems to be that price that it's kind of historically at, right around that range. And our repricer will, help us go up or down a few cents if it needs to actually hit the buy box. So if we look at that $28.60 price, we're going to see that this listing will make us almost 50% ROI and around $6.70 profit per item. But let's do our max price first, okay? So we can see that the buy box says that it's around that $33.08 price. We saw from the Keep a chart, it was closer historically to that $28.60. But to be able to capture any buy box that jumps up to that $33 range, let's go back to the Keep a chart. We can see that, sometimes it goes to that $33, especially as of recent. So in case it does jump up to there, we want to make sure that we are able to capture it or our repricer is able to capture it. So I'm going to list the max price at $33.50. So it's a little bit above just in case there's some fluctuation there, but it's going to at least give us a chance to be able to capture that max price in our buy box. If we were able to capture that high $33 buy box price, we can see, we're going to jump up to a little over $10 profit, 80% ROI. So I'm not banking on it to go that high, but definitely want to list it at least that high as the max price to make sure that our repricer is able to go that high. Because if the buy box is above your repricing max, it's just going to go to your max, whatever you set as the max. And that could be a few dollars below the buy box even. So if I just set this $28.60 as my max as well, or even $29, we're still missing out on $4 profit potential. So want to make sure that your max price is well above what you think historically the buy box could achieve, and then what it could potentially go up to in the future. So now let's look at the minimum price, because that price is important. You want to make sure that most of the time you hope that your minimum price is going to capture all of the dips in the buy box that you've seen in the past. Maybe 2 or 3 months ago, the price was a little bit lower. And if it does go back to that price, you're still going to make a profit. So that's what we want to understand here. So we go back to the Keep a chart and we can see, maybe a month ago, we're looking at a $24 price, maybe close to $25. So that $23.99, let's see, we put that as our low, and then we can understand are we still going to make a profit? Are we going to break even? And then you can see we're going to make $2.76 and a 20% ROI. Well, I don't foresee this listing going back down to the $23.99 price anytime soon. The amount of sellers on it is pretty low and it keeps dropping, which means that, it's slowly selling and sellers are selling out of this product. So this price is probably going to stay around that $28 range, at least for the next couple weeks. If we go at least as low as what the buy box was previously, the $23.99, you can see that we're not going to lose money. We're still above our break-even price, and we're going to make some profit on this, but we're still going to be able to capture any of those dips, right? If the buy box goes below your minimum price, it's just going to set your price to whatever your minimum is, and then you're still not going to capture the buy box because it's below your minimum price. So we still have $2.76 to work with here. So if we really wanted to, in certain listings, you definitely might want to go as low as your break-even price. If the price fluctuates a lot, or if you really think the listing's going to tank and you want to sell out a little bit quicker. So we have a little bit of room to play with here, even if we went down to $22 and updated our pricing here. We're still making $1, so we can go all the way down to $21 as our lowest price possible, and we're still just right around that break-even point. So we're not going to lose any money, even if we have to go from $28.60 all the way down to $21. So this is a good amount of margin to work with, and that's kind of the things you want to be thinking about when setting your minimum price. And then lastly, as for your rule, I have an FBA reprice rule set, which I can go over in a different video, but you want to make sure you have a good repricer. There's some of these AI repricers that are also pretty good. I suggest using the sales booster or the equalizer. Those are kind of in the middle and should help you achieve a quicker sale. But I have an FBA repricer that I use for all of my items that I list FBA, and it definitely helps jump around and capture that buy box anywhere in that min to max range. So I'm going to capture the buy box anywhere from $23.99 all the way up to $33.50 and anywhere in between. We're hoping that it's going to stay around that $28.60 range or potentially go up to the $33.50 if it doesn't slow the sales volume, right? If it goes up to this $33.50, there's a chance that the demand goes down because people don't want to pay that extra $5. But this price seems to be a pretty steady price based on the Keep It chart, so let's hope we get some sales around this price. So that's everything that I do to reprice my items on Amazon. I hope this was super helpful to you, because if you're making anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 or above, you definitely should be using a repricer. So I can't stress that enough, that how much it's going to help, because the buy box moves around so often. If you look at the buy box price a couple times a day, it's always different, even if it's only a couple cents down or up. You want to make sure your repricer is capturing that so you can get the buy box as much as possible. If you found this video helpful today, subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for more Amazon content.